But it cannot be that, when something happens like happened last Wednesday, we now begin saying things that are very interesting. Honestly speaking, it's so difficult to even try to repeat some of the things I'm hearing. How can you say, now we are talking about one community, or saying, the people who were on the streets came from Muranga and Nyeri, and then they went all the way to Kericho and Kisii and Kakamega and Mombasa. So there was no one in Muranga and Nyeri that day. Everyone left Muranga and Nyeri, went to Busia and Kisumu, honestly. Narok, we are, that is worse than a joke, honestly. When you are talking about the grave nature of the challenges that we are dealing with. How can we trivialize such a serious national crisis and then subject it to, hilarious jokes like those? Let's be serious. And personally, I associate myself with the remarks and the position that has been taken by the religious leaders in this country, private sector groups that are saying the same thing as we are saying, namely that our country is headed the wrong direction. And this is not rocket science. You don't need a PhD from Harvard to know we are headed the wrong direction. You can see it. It's written all over the place. And in saying so, we are saying this is a patriotic moment. It's a moment for all of us to cross ranks. Wacha tuweke kando hata hiyo mambo ingine yote, siasa nini. We're talking about uchaguzi is 25 or 26 months away. Our country must survive first, and we must be a stable nation before we get there. So let us not even stop talking about those businesses, about elections and stuff like that. Focus on the stability of the country. I have been moving around, talking to people. I go to, meet people. Look here, I am in charge here today, sitting with these leaders. The level of bitterness and anger down below in the country is unprecedented. I have not seen that before. Now, to imagine that there's nothing wrong and carry on as if it's business as usual, honestly, you have to be a very strange person. We are asking our brothers and sisters, and then, as I said, this is a patriotic moment. This is a time for the country. And what is being called upon now, it's also a leadership moment. Let's stand up and do the right thing for our country. And it cannot be based on excuses, some of them lovable. That, I don't know who, I saw them on the TV, they're dropping money. So when you saw them dropping money, why didn't you arrest them? Because, when leaders tell us these things, and I've said this several times before, I mean, as a minister, if I was a cabinet minister myself, as a minister, I would never make allegations. Sasa niwaambie nyinyi wananchi mfanye nini? Hamuna pingu, hamuna polisi, hamwezi kukamata mtu. Sasa nikuje kulia huko kwa wananchi, mfanye nini nyinyi wananchi? Yule ako na madaraka wa kufanya hiyo kazi, hawezi kuja aseme ni wale ama ni huyu. If you have evidence huyo mtu ako na maneno